Hi, my name is Joseph Anderson, and welcome to RM University. Today we're going to talk about one single principle that, if applied, could change your entire life. And that is the power of being consistent. Have you ever set out on a mission to learn a new talent? Let's say, for example, that when you were a child, you really wanted to learn to play the piano. And you promised your parents that if they got you lessons, you would practice it 100 hours a day. And at first, you're excited and practice the piano. But after just a short while, what happens? It gets hard. And you're not seeing the results that you want. You're not Mozart after the second piano lesson. You stop practicing every day or give up entirely. It's important to remember in our lives that anything we want to be good at, we are generally going to be terrible at first. We must push through those hard times of learning. More importantly than just learning a new talent, what consistent practice really does is sets up the framework for a successful life. Because if you consistently finish what you start, you can accomplish anything you desire. I mean, think about it. If you had accomplished everything that you had committed to by consistently doing it every day, where would you be today? Well, you'd probably be a concert pianist, an amazing NBA basketball player, and quite a few other things. Everything worthwhile takes practice and consistency. When I was a kid, my dad asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. And as many kids tell their dad, I told my dad, I'm going to be an NBA player. Needless to say, these days, I am not a professional basketball player. But why is that? Some people may say I didn't get a lucky break, or my ship didn't come in, or other excuses people make up. But that's not it at all. It is because I didn't practice consistently every single day. To be honest, I was terrible at basketball until after my mission. And then I came home and had learned the principle of consistency. I began to practice very often. And now I'm not the best in the world, but I can play at a pretty high level. So what is the difference between LeBron James and myself? Why does he make millions and millions of dollars to play basketball, and I have never had a person pay to watch me play? It is consistency. LeBron James would practice every single day for hours. And I would practice for a few minutes and get bored. Do you think LeBron James ever got bored? My guess is he probably did. But he could see his vision of what he was going to become. He could see his goal and he knew what he was going after. And he would fight through the pain as he was consistent. Consistency is the key to success. That means every single day being consistent in whatever you want to achieve. Think about on your mission. How consistent were you? How well did you follow the mission schedule of exercise, study, finding, and teaching? Generally, if you were really consistent, you saw incredible levels of growth in your life. And if you were not, then you didn't see the levels of growth that you could have. Regardless of the type of missionary that you were, that does not shape the rest of your life. You have the power every single day to wake up and change for the positive or the negative. As President Uchtdorf quoted, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best is now. The prophets are excellent examples of consistency. One story comes from the life of Heber J. Grant, as quoted from the teachings of the Prophet's Manual. When he determined that he would learn to sing, from the time I was a child of 9, I tried to sing. I tried time and time again without any apparent success. When I was about 43 years of age, I had a private secretary with a beautiful baritone voice. I told him I would give anything in the world if I could only carry a tune. He laughed and said, anybody who has a voice and perseverance can sing. I immediately appointed him as my singing teacher. My singing lesson started that night. At the end of 2 hours practice, I still couldn't sing one line from the song we had been practicing. After practicing that song more than 5,000 times, I made a mess of it when I tried to sing it in public. I practiced it for another 6 months. Now I can learn a song in a few hours. President Grant was good-natured about his struggle to learn to sing, and he did not let his mistakes or the laughter and criticism of others deter him. In an address to the youth of the church, he said, when I was learning to sing, I practiced a certain song one day, 12 times at one sitting. There are 3 verses in it, so I sang 36 verses, and by actual count, I made 5 mistakes to a verse, which made 180 mistakes in one practice, and I knew nothing about it. When I first began to learn to sing, it took me from 3 to 4 months to learn 2 simple hymns. I learned a hymn a few weeks ago in 3 hours. Half an hour's practice every evening for 6 days, and I had it all right. That which we consistently persist in doing becomes easier for us to do. Not that the nature of the thing has changed, but that our power to do so has increased. That was a favorite quote of President Grant's that was originally attributed to Ralph Waldo Emerson. And I just added the word consistency in there. I want you to think of one talent or skill that you've really wanted to develop as of late. And then I want to challenge you to commit to consistently working on it each day for 15 minutes. As you begin to strengthen this skill, it will make a difference in your entire life. We wouldn't be where we are today unless we followed the principles of the past. So adopt today the attitude of consistency. Thanks so much for watching these videos. If you enjoy them, go ahead and click the subscribe button just below. Feel free to share them with your friends and family members that you feel would benefit. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Return Missionary University. And I'll see you guys next week.